You've reached your destination. Go!
Hello and welcome back. It's Rowan Hand. It's Destination Uri. Damian McCullough is here. The sporty bits of the great tiger with a heart of courage beating in his manly breast. He's from Armagh. He needs all of that to keep him right. Is it a sadness, an ongoing sadness in your life, Damian, that you were born on the wrong side of the river?
Well, Rowan, there's only one answer I can give to you on that. You hear the story about the Jordan, the River Jordan.
And the sea.
And the sea parting and all that. So I didn't have to part the sea, and I didn't have to cross the Jordan. So I'm quite happy and content where I was born.
Well, you've no choice where you were born, but fate dealt you an unkind hand, because you've only won the All-Ireland once. You know, goodness gracious. We thought we almost did it once many years ago in the Mal McAvoy days. And Mick McKnight and all of those people. You know, all of that was there.
That's one that got away. You know, but
yes.
I suppose, like, for those that don't really know, I would say the uneducated people in relation to Armagh winning championships. I would say Armagh were the first team to bring an All-Ireland title across the so-called border when they won the 1926 Junior All-Ireland final.
Yes.
And the jerseys they used that day, Rowan, little bit of history, they were knitted by the nuns of St. Michael's down
in Omeath.
On Omeath.
Were there nuns at St. Michael's?
Yeah.
I thought they were brothers and priests.
No. This is way
sure
back.
of that?
Yeah.
Are you sure of that? Yeah. Okay.
This is where the
I believe you. Did you see how many people out there in the world of football, GAA at the moment, would know what a tubing cover is?
I absolutely know what a tubing cover is.
Of course you do. But I mean, who else would know?
Oh, I would say the younger people would be looking at you and say that's something from outer space, you know. Yeah. And even the word tubing cover. I remember trying even to head a tubing cover.
Yeah. Oh my sweet
and
you hit the lace.
And hit the lace and it wet. Even Brian Savage next door. He would have remembered that.
Yeah, it would give you some crown of thorns if you headed it in a certain way.
You would have had a big line across your forehead with about.
I think we should tell people what a tubing cover is. It is a tube and cover, not a tubing cover.
That's
right.
I
mean, it's the tube is the blowy up balloon.
That's right.
That goes inside a leather ball, and you pump it up with a bicycle pump, and then you tie it, and you double it, and you push the neck of the balloon in through the opening to the orifice, and then you lace the ball, and you've got your tube and cover, and that's how Stanley Matthews played football. That's what you know. Nat Lofthouse.
Everybody played with them because that's
John Charles. All of those people.
Mal McAvoy,
Mick McKnight.
Here's one for you, Rowan. Who was the first man to score a hat-trick in Wembley Stadium?
Oh, how am I to know the answer to this?
Well, you should know because he doesn't live too far from this town.
Who is this person?
He's a man from Mayo Bridge.
This is getting more and more of a puzzle.
Well, we'll let
a man from Mayo Bridge.
Correct and right. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll let you just think about that one.
Oh, yeah, you're very kind. What about St. Joe's?
So, congratulations. Absolutely brilliant result for the young lads up on the Armagh Road yesterday where they won the Fall Cup. And, you know, everybody talks, and when you come into this town, everybody talks about the Abbey and St. Coleman's and what have you. Now, by right, St. Joe's have now taken that mantle. They are now an Ulster-winning team. And, you know, they're doing great work up there, so I have to say, well done to the lads. It's brilliant, and I suppose from our point of view, Rowan, that covers sport, we absolutely love that. So I would say to St. Joe's and everybody up there in their brilliant Ulster win yesterday. Enjoy it, lads. I'll tell you, there's nothing like winning an Ulster.
Do you know about that?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Have you an Ulster medal?
No, I don't have an Ulster medal. I don't. But my son has Ulster medals. My daughter has Ulster medals. They have All-Ireland medals, and nearly had an Ulster medal back in 1980. But unfortunately, Scottstown took that away from us.
Oh well, sure. That's the thing. Right, we're racing on this morning. Phoenix Park, Casement Park continues.
Well, you know,
Is it the disaster that Fergal McCormick says it is that the thing will not go ahead?
No, it will go ahead.
In different guise.
Well,
a different approach.
They'll go back. They'll go back and they'll look at the design of it. You see, because it is a premier provincial ground, there is a minimum standard of 32,000 people required for it, right?
Yeah.
So they will go back and design it, I would imagine, for that. Now, looking at the judgment yesterday and what happened during the week, you see, the few tenants that took the case against the GAA, and they were probably right, Rowan, because, you know, but it's a shallow victory for them, for the simple reason being, now what will happen is the GAA will go back and they will sit down and they will put in a new plan of permission to the authorities, and it'll be airtight.
And the GAA has the money, the tenants do not.
Well, there's 60 million pound earmarked for this development, right?
Yeah.
And you see, they should have spoken to the tenants, and I can't wrap my head around that whole scenario, particularly in this country where you cannot exclude anybody from where you're doing something. And I don't know how this was missed, or if they showed them, look, we're going to do this, and then when they put it in, they changed the design or something. I don't know. The design was fantastic. The facility was just 21st century, 22nd century, whatever you want to call it. It was absolutely a fabulous facility. Yeah. And I would say, everyone, that, you know, Belfast needs it. Yeah. And there's no question that the GA will build a stadium in there. There's no doubt in my mind that it'll probably be a 32,000 capacity. It has to be, because that is a requirement under the GAA rules for that. And then they'll go and they'll look at the access in and out of Belfast and all that. And they will, trust me.
Oh, it'll happen.
They will meet all the... They'll meet everything.
They will, of course.
You know, but it's just... It was bad looking.
Yeah.
And it's just, you know, it's a pity there's their side and our side and all that. Yeah. And I'm not talking about the GAA, but I'm just talking about the people that was living close to it. Yeah. You know, they absolutely should have been up to speed with the whole thing.
If they'd been brought on board and consulted and allowed an input, there would never have been an issue, maybe.
Well, I would have thought that would have been the way to do it. You know, that's just my opinion. And then when I look and see, you see, the judge really, he found only in the criteria that the policies was not fully taken through. In other words, they didn't do this, they didn't do a traffic assessment. And I know from what I do, all these things have to be done. You must do all that. So
you wouldn't get away with it in Carrickcruppen.
Well,
if you didn't
if they're going to spend 60 million up in Carrickcruppen, I would be very happy, Rowan. And they could build whatever side they wanted. But
I want to wish you a very happy Christmas.
Well, you're very like Santa Claus sitting here this morning.
Well, that's not what you said a moment ago.
No, I said you look very much like a monk with your scarf and your jumper and that.
You mentioned my Buddhism.
You say I said a Buddhist monk.
I am a Buddhist.
And you told me you're a Buddhist monk, and I goes, well,
I am.
Fair play.
Of course I am.
You know?
Namaste.
Namaste.
Alhamdulillah.
Well, there we have it. So, as I would say in our part of the country, happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas to you. Good. That's Damian McCullough, and a good Christmas to you, Damian. Thank you for coming.